This week's rant is on cartoons. Now, as we've covered before, I am a proud child of the 80s. It's just I wish I would have had better influence on my cartoons because they were always way too violent. I mean, so realistic too, being in the future with the lasers, being on different planets, talking with giant robots. I mean, because I really believe all of that stuff to be real. I mean, let's forget that, everything done by Hasbro, everything done by Filmation, always had like a good moral at the end. Let's forget about that. Let's also forget that, one of the big controversial shows, South Park, always had a warning at the beginning of every episode. It was always on at night, but everybody's like, oh, it's such a bad cartoon. It's not meant for kids. There's a warning that says should not be viewed by anyone. Not kids, not adults, not even the creators should be watching this show. Think about it. But let's think about the stuff that my parents grew up with, and maybe your parents too. I mean, no, we'll just go with only Looney Tunes, because it would take too long with, like, Hanna-Barbera, the stoner hippie always talk, eating dog biscuits. And the fact that there's no black people back in caveman times, or actually in the future, for that matter. And let's not even talk with Disney. I mean, a 12-year-old sleeping with 7 men. Come on. And a man builds this boy out of wood and hopes that he turns into a real boy. Let's skip over that and just focus on Looney Tunes, okay? Bugs Bunny, the icon of Looney Tunes. Likes to play dress-up, doesn't he? He always says he's 3.5 years old, right? But he's always flirting with Elmer Fudd a little too close, or a little too friendly. That makes Elmer Fudd pedophile, into bestiality, homosexual. Good morals. Bugs always said that he's 3.5 years old. And I brought this up to someone recently. They go, but Elmer didn't know that. No, he doesn't say it in those episodes, granted, but still. It doesn't get off the people who do that in real life. I didn't know she was 15. I didn't know she was 12. Still go to jail, don't they? Well, let's see. There was always the rapist Skunk. No means no. And she clearly said no whenever she would claw out your eyes. No. And let's talk about that good stereotype from the South with that 6-foot chicken beating up the 6-foot tall dog. Good stereotype. I say good stereotypes there. Not one of my better impressions, but who cares? And let's talk about their violence. Catapulting people into walls, dropping boulders on everybody, dropping pianos on everybody, the kitchen sink. Now, granted, no, I didn't have access to a catapult. I did not have access to boulders. I did not have access to a piano to drop on people. True. But what about always throwing hatchets at people? Smashing people in the face, among other body parts, with a baseball bat, a skillet, or a frying pan if you'd rather, or shooting people in the face with a shotgun. People were always being shot in the face with a shotgun. And what happens? Your face turns all black and sooty, and if you're a duck, your bill goes the other way on your face. That's it. I'm sorry, that seems a little bit more realistic than the cartoons I was raised with. I mean, other than, yes, we were always talking to animals, but it still looked very, we're clearly on planet Earth. It's clearly present day. And there wasn't anything too fantastic about it. I don't see how you could get the misinterpretation that the cartoons that I grew up with were violent and those aren't. The fact that mine had such bad standards and those didn't. I don't get where this comes from. If you want to yell at me, yell at them. Of course, I always say that. If you want to yell at me, yell at them. Because I'm not the only one wrong, or no one's wrong. Either everybody's wrong or no one's wrong. But come with me or let it go. But lay off me on my cartoons. You want to yell at cartoons? Yell at how stupid the ones are now. Just SpongeBob. I want to put a gun to my head just hearing the intro. Some of these, there's nothing for them now. They just lower your IQ these days, half of them. So that's what we need to get off the air, if anything. Bye bye.